Now we are going to think about the addition facts. There are 100 addition facts in all, which is a lot, and there is a sequence that you might consider when teaching these facts to students. We wouldn't want to do all 100 at one time, but we might want to piecemeal it and make a logical sequence in terms of how students learn addition facts. I need to get out of this video because you're about to see a full screen of information about addition. Here we go. Now, as we think about single-digit addition, that's often where we think about the facts. We want to think about addition as A plus B equals C, where A and B are addends and C is the sum. The definition of a fact is single-digit addends added together for a single or double-digit sum. There are 100 of these, as I said. That is a lot. That's a lot of learning that students have in terms of addition across grades pre-K through 2. Right now, we are going to think about those 100 facts as they are outlined on this addition table. And we are going to think about a possible progression of addition fact strategies to help students become comfortable with those 100 addition facts. Now, one of the first things that students should think about is addition as the total. We already talked about this where we have parts put together for a total. Here I could add those 2 plus 4 cubes, or I could add those 3 plus 4 counters. There I can see 2 plus 4 is 6, or 3 plus 4 is 7. I'm putting those parts together for a total. If I'm working on that total interpretation of addition, early on you probably want to keep the facts fairly simple. So that means working on facts like 1 plus 3 or 5 plus 4, but not really doing a lot of this into the teen numbers just yet. So maybe thinking about your early addition fact knowledge as practicing those facts on the addition table. Then students can think about, well, what does it mean to add 0? This is the identity property of addition. You may name it, you might not. But here, if I think about, well, what happens when I add 0 or when I have 0 plus a number, that actually answers 19 of the 100 addition facts. So I could do activities like this where I think about, well, I have 3 and I add 0, so I still have 3. And that would answer these 19 addition facts that you see on the addition table. As we continue with our progression, you may want to talk with students about what it means to join 1, 2, 3, 4 to a set. So this gets into that join interpretation of addition. And this is where we will really start to emphasize counting on instead of counting all. Students can usually count pretty easily on 1, 2, 3, or 4, so that's why we're going to start there. And students might do some of this with their finger counting. So here I want you to imagine I'm starting with 3 and counting on 4. So I'd say 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3 plus 4 is 7. Which facts might I use with this join interpretation of addition? Well, I might really focus on these facts on my addition table. These are all the facts where I can count on 1, 2, 3, or 4. As we continue with our addition progression, we may want to think about doubles. These are problems where the addends are the same, like 3 plus 3 or 5 plus 5. Now, students may know their doubles. Many times they may learn doubles with songs. Maybe they see some of the patterns in doubles. There's also some really nice books about addition doubles as well. And students can create equal sets like 3 plus 3 equals 6 or 5 plus 5 equals 10. And so students will have a lot of practice with their doubles. When students know their doubles, it answers these facts on their addition table. So you can see how a lot of these addition strategies do overlap, but we're exposing students to different strategies to help them answer facts from their addition table. Now, as we continue with our conversation of addition, you might want to think about helping students understand addition as it relates to combinations. I like to think about this as composing to 10. You might use that language, or you might use the word combinations of 10. 10 is a really, really important benchmark number. It is actually going to be so important as we get into place value, thinking about groups of 10. So one of the earlier ways that you want to help emphasize 10 is thinking about, well, what are all the ways that we can add to 10? Here, using a 10 frame and different colored counters to show the different ways that we can add to 10 might be a really helpful strategy. Here I can show 3 plus 7 equals 10 and 7 plus 3 equals 10. What's going on here? Well, that's the commutative property of addition, where the order of the addends doesn't matter. You may not use that language with your students early on, but you're starting to emphasize those concepts in a really important way. So what are some of the facts that can be answered when we think about all of the combinations of 10? Well, here you see this diagonal, and those would be some of the facts that students would be working on as they are adding to 10. As we continue with our progression to 10, students can use knowledge about 10 to answer facts that are greater than 10. So an example of that is as such. Here I have 7 plus 4. Well, I can think about 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 1 more is 11. So if I have a real strong knowledge of 10, it makes it easy to answer these facts here. Often students can use that knowledge about making 10 to answer facts with a sum of 11 or 12. And then students can also use a strategy of near doubles. Remember, we emphasized those doubles already. A near double tells me I can go one above or one below something that I know related to a double. So here I've got 4 plus 5. With this, I can think, well, I know 4 plus 4 is 8. That's one of my doubles. So if I add 4 plus 4 is 8, then 4 plus 5 equals 9. Which facts does that answer in our addition table? It answers these facts here. Then I want you to think about other addition strategies that you might employ. We just went over several and kind of put them in a sequence from more easier strategies to more difficult strategies. But what would you say are some of your favorite addition strategies?